What's up, YouTube? Jeff back again today on another very exciting Samsung video for you guys. And today, yes, we're up late again. Samsung's dropping updates. It's 12:44 a.m. here in Arizona, and I wanted to bring you guys the first look at the new Lockstar update that brings the manual always-on display brightness to some phones. Now, there's some really bad news for Galaxy S24 Ultra owners because you do not get manual always-on display brightness, which everyone's been waiting on. So I'm going to talk about that today. Samsung's made a mess of this rollout, so I don't actually know if this is going to be the final version once everything settles, but I want to show you guys what we're working with right now. If you guys are new to the channel, check out the link in the description to subscribe to the newsletter, stay up to date with what we do. We do mystery boxes on the channel. We send out a free case, cleaning kit, desktop phone stand. If you pre-order your new Samsung phone through our affiliate links, you can sign up on the newsletter to get more info about that. So let's go ahead and get into this. Let me go into the Galaxy Store over here and then take a look. So tonight I had an update waiting. This is my S24 Ultra. This is the Z Fold 5. This is an international S24 Ultra. I had an update waiting on my US unlocked model, and if we scroll down a little bit, I'll show you. It was version 6.1004, which is weird because that's the version I already had installed. So I was like, well, okay. So I took the update and it didn't change the version number, but here's what it did. Let me go over here and show you. When I installed the update, it completely removed the functionality to edit the always-on display whatsoever on the S24 Ultra. And you can actually see I installed that version here, the APK that was available when I downloaded it, on my international version, so you guys can kind of see what it looks like. So this is what it looks like when you install the version that's available on the Galaxy Store here in the US. Now, obviously, that's not good, so I waited some time, and an APK of him available over on Twitter with the correct version number. If you actually look at the changelog here, you'll see the correct version number is 6.1.0.11. And the changelog says, support devices upgraded to One UI 6.1. The following functions require an update to the always-on display version 8.7.99.11 or later, and are not available on devices supporting full screen always-on display, e.g. the S24 series. Two things that are mentioned: edit always-on display function and always-on display manual brightness option. So first of all, you got to make sure you have the latest always-on display APK. I'll drop that below. In fact, the APK I downloaded from Tarun over on Twitter, I'll show you guys where I got it from. I actually quote tweeted this so you guys can grab it if you want. I'll drop a link in the description. I got the APK from Tarun over on Twitter. He shared it with a quick share link so you can download it right here. This is the actual correct version 6.1.00.11, which was not initially rolling out correctly in the Galaxy Store. So if you have an issue getting it from the Galaxy Store, that would be why. And you'll probably end up with this weird situation that I have over here on the right side, where if you install what's available in the Galaxy Store, it completely removes your ability to customize the always-on display at all. Well, the good news is I am happy to report that even though Samsung says the new version removes this ability on the S24 Ultra entirely, that's not true if you install the APK that Tarun has. So if you go to Good Lock here and go to Lockstar, you'll see I still have the ability to edit my always-on display. And furthermore, there's really good news, because if you go in here and edit it, you actually have the ability to now change all of your clock faces, and you get all the different clock styles that we had before. As long as you have clock face installed, you can get all the ones that are in the clock face module as well. So obviously this is really good news. Samsung said in the changelog that the always-on display edit function would be removed, which, again, this weird one over here, it was. But in the actual APK from Korea, it appears to not be the case. So that's good. But the bad news is, if you download this on a phone that doesn't have the full screen always-on display, which means the show wallpaper functionality on your always-on display, like the Z Fold 5, you get a different version. Now, this is the same 6.1.0.11 version of Lockstar, but it's on the Fold 5, which of course doesn't have full screen always-on display. And you'll notice this option down here. You now have a toggle to change always-on display auto brightness, turn this off, and now you can crank this up and manually control your auto brightness. So this is obviously pretty awesome. now you can get your fully bright always on display right there, which is what a lot of people were hoping to have back with One UI 6.1 removing that feature. So we've got multiple different versions, obviously, of this Lockstar update. I wonder if Samsung's going to re-push the correct APK here in the US, since it appears to have rolled out incorrectly originally. And you've got this weird thing going on over here that I installed. But make sure if you want to get this now that you download the APK that I linked from Tarun so that you guys can have the correct one. And then that will give you the ability to get this version over here, which does have the correct stuff. It has the always on display edit functionality. It does not have the auto brightness. And it looks like Samsung's plan is if you have the full screen always on display, you're not going to be able to access the always on display auto brightness toggle and make that a manual brightness. So I think we have to deal with that for the time being, unfortunately. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification icon. Again, check out our alpha link below to subscribe to the newsletter. I'll be back with more coverage of these and other updates on the channel. Appreciate you guys checking it out. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.